What's up guys, how y'all doing? Cosmic Carry here, bringing another World of Tanks video. For those of you that are new here, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. And for my regular viewers and subscribers, hello, welcome one and all, and a like would be greatly appreciated if you have enjoyed yourself. And today I shall be conducting my review of the Tier 9 British tank destroyer, the Tortoise, or how I like to call it, the Tortellini. Now, if you're aiming for the Tier 9, for the Tier 10 British tank destroyer, the FVB 183, etc., commonly known as the Death Star, you will be pleased to know that you will be rewarded on your journey to the Death Star with the Tier 9 British TD, which is the Tortoise, a fantastic tank in its own right. And as we look across the British tech tree, the British tank destroyer tech tree, we can see with each tier, with each stepping stone, with each tank, the evolution of what will ultimately become the Tortoise, basically. Now, to me, the Tortoise is the pinnacle of this of the British TD tech tree, even though there's another tank in line, the Death Star, because to me these two tank destroyers, the Tier 9 Tortoise and the Tier 10 Death Star, are pretty much equal. Pretty much equal. One has certain strengths, certain weaknesses, and the other one, it's kind of vice versa, so to speak. And a lot of people would, when they're doing the grind, they would consider selling their Tier 9 tank once they reach Tier 10. But this, in my case, this was definitely not the case, because the Tortoise was too strong a tank to get rid of, in my personal opinion. Now let's take a look at the stats of the Tortoise, the British Tier 9 TD. As you can see, it has, count 'em, 2,000 hit points, which is a humongous amount of hit points for a Tier 9 TD. It is interesting fact, it's actually equal to the Death Star, the next tank in the next tier, the Death Star. They both have 2,000 hit points apiece. But if you combine the amount of hit points, the fantastic armor on this thing, unbelievable gun, you can see why it's called a Tortoise. I mean, it is a shell of a tank. Unbelievable tank. Hold down, take out your enemies easy peasy lemon squeezy. But anyhow, the Achilles heel, well, one of the Achilles heels, I haven't got a clue. The Achilles heel of the Tortoise is its speed, and traverse speed. It is, I mean, it's not tog slow. I think is 14-15 kilometers per hour. I mean, this tank can hustle, reaching 20 kilometers per hour, but you're gonna, if you go too far down one flank, that's it, you're committed to that flank, and there's no turning back. But it can hustle, it just depends, how you play it, and etc. Again, just traverse speed, not that great. Light tanks are your biggest enemy, basically. So moving on, armor, 229 at the front, 152 on the sides, and 102 on the rear. So as you can see, on paper, great armor. I mean, it does, not just on paper, it is a shell of a tank. It is the Tortoise, and it bounce city central when you're in this tank. Although keep in mind that your sides are at a 90-degree angle, and certain parts of your tank in the rear as well are at a 90-degree angle. And so keep this in mind when keep an eye on your flanks, and don't allow the enemy to pen you. And the top rear sloping part of the Tortoise is also very thin armor, and its artillery is going to have an easy peasy lemon squeezy time penetrating you. So always keep a keen eye on the artillery. Look at those shells coming in, listen out for them, and because you're such a big flat target, they're gonna absolutely love you. So yes, indeedy. View range 390, signal range 750. Yes, indeedy. So let's talk about the greatest, the largest, the biggest Achilles heel of the Tortoise. What is it? It's that commander's hatch. It's one of the largest commander's hatches I have ever seen. And I mean, I think it's a commander's hatch, machine gun turret, whatever the heck it is humongous. It is humongous, and it sticks out like a sore thumb, and it can be penetrated oh so easy, melts like butter. And the name of the game when you're in your Tortoise is unload, unload, unload your gun. But just as equally important is protect that thing, whatever the hell it is, machine gun, at all costs. Protect it, protect it, protect it. Always keep a keen eye on your enemies. Where are they shooting you? You know, are they bouncing? Because if they're shooting at that turret, get the heck out of there. Get the heck out of there. Now, if you take a look at the packages available for the Tortoise, you can see, as with every tier 9 grind, it is just that. It is a grind. It is a grind and a half. It's a pain in the butt. And what can I say? It starts off with the stock package, moves on to the Tortoise Mark II, Mark III, and splinters off for some reason to the Tortoise Mark I. And as you can see, it was stock on pretty much all of the packages available until you reach the Mark III Tortoise. It's 650 brake horsepower, which is quite low for a tank this size. And if you take a look at all the guns available, 32 pounder, 20 pounder, they are nothing, absolutely nothing compared to the 120 mil AT gun L1A1. This gun is fantastic, and it truly is what makes this this tank shine. It truly is. On a side note, I wanted to say that I checked this and I rechecked this, and this was pre 1.5 update. Possibly, maybe they've changed this, but if you take a look at up on screen when the Tortoise splinters off to the Mark 1, and if you take a look at that package, there's actually no difference apart from the traverse speed, and you get a reduction in traverse speed. I mean, I've double checked this, triple checked this. I was scratching my head. Possibly they've updated it since, but either ways, I mean, you don't want to go down to this bottom package. You just want to move on and get that 120 millimeter gun, because that's what makes this tank shine. As you can see, penetration 259, damage 400, somewhat low for a tier 9, but that aim time 1.7 and that accuracy 0.31. Good to go, absolutely. What you want to be doing is just unloading, and I've come up, for instance, I've kind of duked it out with V100s and won the fight time and time again. This has an insane amount of DPM, damage per minute, for a tier 9 tank. Unbelievable amount. And as you can see, the rate of fire 8.4, which is a reduction compared to the previous guns, but that penetration, that damage, it is a fantastic gun on a fantastic tank. When it comes to the ammo on the tank, you're fine with just the standard ammo. Don't worry about the HE, don't worry about premiums, don't worry about this. Just use the standard ammo. You will be good to go. Now let's get into some gameplay, shall we? As you can see, we are on I always want to call this map Sand River. We're on Mountain Pass in my Tortoise, and in this game I actually kind of I was going through a phase of experimenting with the different types of ammo, so ignore that and ignore the fact that what I'm doing. Just keep an eye on my hit points, keep an eye on my Tortoise. What I'm doing is I'm coming up to this flank, as you can see, and I do have a couple of teammates behind me, 2 or 3 teammates behind me, but I'm angling my tank just so perfectly in order to protect that commander's hatch stroke machine gun turret, whatever the heck it is, like I said before. And as long as you protect that thing, you're gonna bounce, unless they have high pen or this or that. But for the most part, it's just bounce city central. You're gonna get tracked, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get that. And as you can see, we are 1 minute in, and I've yet to lose any hit points. We're pulling back here because I want to keep an eye on my left hand side. Like I said, both your sides are at a 90-degree angle, so people can pen you. It's perfectly positioned for shells to T-bone you on the side. But here I go again. I'm going to push back in towards this enemy flank, and they're just bouncing. They're damaging my tracks, and my gun's damaged, etc. But am I losing any hit points? I'm very lucky here. Keep in mind, I'm very lucky that Artie was not interested in me. I'm assuming Artie was busy with my compadres on the other side or something like that. So keep that in mind. You're not invincible, of course. But 2 minutes in, 15 seconds, however much it is, yet to lose any hit points whatsoever, and still unloading with that gun, with that fantastic reload speed, still unloading. And we're coming up to 2 minutes 30 seconds, still haven't lost any hit points. Still haven't lost any hit points. And I truly think it's at this point that the bad guys simply got sick and tired of me and decided to pull away. They just gave up. Obviously not. They're going back to defend their base. But as you can see, fantastic armor. So let's talk about the gun, shall we? This fantastic, unbelievable gun, which is so forgiving because of that quick reload speed and the amount of punishment it puts out per shot. It's just so friggin' forgiving. As you can see, I'm zooming in here. I'm doing my best, not to bounce my shot, but you're aiming for that hatch. There's only so much you can do, shoot and pray kind of thing. And I do manage. I get a bounce. Yeah, but in any other tank, I'll be pulling on my hair, saying, "Oh my god, I got a bounce! God damn it! I hate it when I get a bounce." You really don't care in the Tortoise. You really don't care because you're gonna get another shot in a few seconds, and it's such a forgiving gun. You muck up a shot, no problemo. Now take a look at the damage per minute on this gun. This is kind of a good demonstration. 423. Here we go. 425. Shall we go again? Excuse me. 438. Now that was unbelievable amount of damage. 1,286 hit points shaved off in 13 seconds. I mean, that is truly unbelievable. Damage per minute. This T28, muck up my shot. He's barely turned around, and I'm already fully loaded with my second shot. I'm already good to go with my second shot. And that's how forgiving this gun is. Truly. And here I am in the platoon with Mr. Owen. And got a small demonstration on how to hide your commander's hatch. Of course, you'd like to be a little bit further away from the bad guys, but you get my point. And we're both in our slow tanks, and we're preparing for incoming. The bad guys are going to be shooting down here any second now, and we're getting ready for incoming, basically. Bounces off me.
Get another shot in. He's trying to aim. Yep. See, he's trying to aim for that commander's hatch, and you got to respect that. When you see them trying to hit your commander's hatch, it's very important that you respect that, and that you react in the proper way. See, he managed to get one shot in, but one shot in out of how many, 3 or 4 that he took. Yeah, but with my shots, all on target. Let's do showcase a couple of gameplays of me and my Tortoise. As you can see, we are on Sand River Standard Battle, and the game has just started. And this gameplay is going to be a pretty good demonstration of the quick reload speed of the gun, and how maneuverable the Tortoise is. I mean, to me, it is quite maneuverable. It is slow, somewhat. What can you do? But when presented with a whole bunch of targets like I am before me, and I'm not being spotted, and I'm not being detected, it just enables my tank just to unload on the enemy team and just inflict a whole bunch of damage, a whole bunch of hurt. And you can see I'm very cautious. I'm very apprehensive. When as soon as I get detected, I'm pulling back because anybody who knows the Tortoise knows you just need to get some hits into that hatch, and it's adios muchachos. So you saw a couple of shells whizzing by right past that hatch. Yes, indeed, lemon squeezy. Still detected, but we're good, because my hatch is protected. Somebody did manage to get one hit on me, and I'm firing into the blind, and I managed to inflict some damage. Very, very lucky. But I'm kind of shielding myself from the right hand side. That's primarily what concerns me. I'm looking towards my right. As you can see, you know, the shells are just coming in like crazy, and I don't want anybody to get a shot into my hatch, or B into my side, because it's just so flat. You know, there's no angled armor, you know, whatsoever, no sloping armor or anything like that. So while I'm undetected, I can move back in and continue my pounding of the bad guys, as it were. And I'm pretty good here. I've kind of scooted down a little bit somewhat, and I'm kind of on the precipice here. I'm about to slip off the edge if I'm not too careful. But yeah, so you can see people shooting into the blind because they see my tracers, because my tracers are coming out so often. You know, they can kind of zone in on where those shells are coming from. They can see where those shells are coming from. That's the only drawback, because of your quick reload speed. And there's that Panther that managed, he was the one who managed to get a shot in on me, who shot into the blind. Yes, indeedy. And can I take him out? Can I take him out? Oh, bounce a little bit. Oh, that's much better. Thank you, Panther. And you can see I just gave that. I managed to get 7 effective shots there on that flank, on that incoming flank, and I'm wondering, if you compared it to all the other tanks that were pounding that flank, how many shots did they get in, you know, compared to mine. But at the end of the day, it's World of Tanks, and it's all about they balance everything. So I've got a quick reload speed, but I'm slow, you know. My traverse speed sucks, my speed sucks, you know. I'm a TD, I can only face forward. So they always try to balance out the tanks. There's where you have strengths, you have weaknesses. Where you have weaknesses, you have strengths, and it's always the way with World of Tanks. I mean, it's a, you know, they aiming for a well-balanced game, basically a well-balanced game. Managed to get a nice hit in on that low, and keeping an eye on the right hand side. And as you can see, I was detected there, but no shots coming from my right hand side, so I am pretty much good to go. I am happy as anything. Oh, about to slip off. About to slip off there. Careful, careful, careful. Eyes on that low again. Eyes on the low. Been detected. Been detected. Any shots coming in from my right? No. Go down into this dip. Helps me out somewhat. And you can see, I forgot to mention the gun depression. The gun depression. Oh my goodness gracious me, how did I forget to mention the gun depression? The gun depression. Fantastic gun depression. Come on, Tiger, you gonna ignore me? Go ahead, ignore me. And look at those numbers, 461. I mean, that's very, very bloody good for that reload speed. I mean, it's a fantastic amount of hit points to be shaving off your enemies, most definitely. I mean, it is a tier 9. It should be higher, but then you know, it's like I said, they would balance it out. Then your reload speed would be longer, you know, and it wouldn't be the Tortoise anymore. It'd be something else different. Can I finally take out the low? Yes, indeedy, lemon squeezy, picking up my 3rd kill. And we see a fellow Tortoise, and look at that. I bounce because it's a Tortoise. Yes, indeedy. My compadre gets taken out there. What do we see over here? Yak target not detected. I am good to go. He was on full health, and not anymore. And I've ammo racked him to boot as well. Just gonna sit there. No problemo. You wanna take the punishment? Go ahead and take the punishment. People take that reload speed for granted, you know, especially when you're in these higher tier matches. They just assume, oh, somebody hit me. Well, they got a while before, you know, they reload. Not with the Tortoise. It doesn't work like that with the Tortoise. With the Tortoise, a few seconds go by and you're good to go. You know, you're locked and loaded. Yak Tiger 88. I mean, this is unbelievable amount of damage to be dishing out on the bad guys. Look at that. Look at that. He doesn't even get a chance to get away. It's as if you pop your head up. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. This gun absolutely will get you. Speed it up here somewhat. Tortoise is slow. Like I said, it's not tog slow. I mean, you're gonna see me here relocate basically to another flank. And it doesn't take me forever and a day. Perfect shot. Perfect shot. Perfect shot. And but like I said, it's not tog slow. It's not, what is it, T95 slow, but it's slow nonetheless. It's definitely not fast. It's not a fast tank. Yak Tiger 88 from early on. And my fellow Tortoise, just 2 TDs left. This is sped up ×2 by the way, just in case anybody's wondering. Can I get one more hit? Can I get a 6th kill? That'd be nice. I do believe I don't get it. Nah. And there we go. Good to go. Good to go. Fantastic game, demonstrating how effective the Tortoise is. It is a somewhat, forgot to mention, it is a somewhat tall tank, so you've got to keep that in mind when you're avoiding detection by the enemy team, and you've got to keep that in mind. But that reload speed, the gun depression, again, I can't believe I forgot to mention the gun depression. Pick up a fantastic amount of silver. As you can see, but did not use premiums, and look at that, it's just over, almost 6,200 dished out in damage. Unbelievable. Let's move on to the second match, and let's move on to our second gameplay. My Tortoise, as you can see, we're on is it Lakeville? I cannot for the life of me remember the name.
And if you thought the first match was epic or fantastic or amazing, wait till you see this one, the second demonstration of this fantastic gun on this fantastic tank. I'm going to put a link in the it should be on screen now for my Tortoise playlist. Be sure to check it out, and on there you can see me wreaking havoc in my Tortoise. If you want to pick up some more tips and strategies, you know, how to play this thing, etc, etc, you can watch me and maybe learn a thing or two, kind of thing. But these two videos are definitely what I call it, the demonstration of the gun, of the fantastic gun on this tank, because the gun is what makes this tank. And you can see me on this in this battle. I'm in classic sniper mode. Where I'm just aiming down my sights into the encounter base and just taking pot shots at the bad guys, you know, taking advantage of the fact that they want to cap the base bad. I'm all the way over here, undetected, not sixth sense, and I got a quick reload speed, nice punchy gun, and I'm going to take advantage of that. And as you can see, I've already dealt out a whole bunch of damage, and we're barely 2 minutes into the game. And enemy team, look at that. I seem to do extremely well in this game, and of course it's down to the Tortoise and its punchy gun, etc, etc. But a lot of players in this game didn't seem to be carrying fire extinguishers for some reason. But hey, I'll take it. Works for me. Look. Just as I say that, an example. But yeah. So, but what can I say? I'll take it. At the end of the day, fire extinguisher or not, you know, if I've got you in my sights with this gun and its reload speed, forget about it. You know, I'm gonna take you out. It's like I said, I was kind of trawling through the archives trying to find a demonstration of me facing off against the E100, because I thought that'd be a classic demonstration of how good the Tortoise is, how punchy its gun is, because it's happened to me many and many times before. You know, the E100 would unload on me, and then I would take my turn, which would involve me taking like 2-3 shots, and if he wasn't like half health, I would take him out, you know, most definitely. But you can see I'm just unloaded. Finally get detected in sixth sense, and within a blink of an eye I lose it. Yet to lose any hit points. I've already picked up 3 kills, and we're 3 minutes into the game, and that's it. 3 minutes 3 minutes 30 seconds into this this gameplay footage. And BHM, move out the way. There we go. And as you can see, they are moving in. The base has been taken care of, and they're moving in to take our base now. So I'm going to scoot down and take care of business. And I remember playing this, I was supremely confident, because I've got my hit points all intact. You know, the enemy team, they've already shaved off some hit points, you know, having encountered some of my compadres. But and you can see me scooting back and forth. You know, I'm trying to prevent him from hitting my hatch, even though I have still have 2,000 hit points. You know, still have 2,000 hit points. And back and forth. I think I'm in a E70. I think I'm in a medium. It is really easy to hit the hatch on a Tortoise, so you got to be very wary of that. But you got to be extra cautious of that. You got to take that into account when you're, you know, facing against the bad guys. That's your only Achilles heel, because you guys are watching these two gameplays and thinking, I gotta get this tank. It is fantastic. It is unbelievable. Trust me, if you got a guy on your left, you got a guy on your right, what are you gonna do? There's nothing you can do, and they can just
pound your bloody hatch. Sounds rude. You know, till the cows come home, kind of thing. So, oh, pardon me. And I'm nope, no damage. Manage this track. Can I get a shot in? Victory. Another good game, but can I top the first game? Can I top the first game that I showcased? Let's have a look. Yes indeed, lemon squeezy. Oh, I think so. I think most definitely. 3,555 XP without any multipliers, without any this or that, and 50,000 silver coins, and I hit 7,000, and I hit 7,096 dished out in damage. Unbelievable, unbelievable. So, all good things must come to an end. Hope you guys have enjoyed my review of the Tortoise. It's like I said, I was aiming for the Death Star. I was considering whether or not to get the Tortoise. I really didn't want to get the slow Tortoise. You know, when I was doing the grind, I really didn't want to waste my time on the Tortoise, and I kind of wanted to. I wanted to skip over the Tortoise somehow, because I heard that it's slow, that it's this, that it's that, but I bought it, because I felt like I wanted a new tank. And if you guys go, yeah, I'll put a link in the video right about now of my first 2 ever games in the Tortoise, and that they were unbelievable. My straight up first 2 ever games that I ever had in the Tortoise, and I'm so glad I purchased this thing. And I would never consider selling it, because it's a tank on its own. It's not a tier 9 British TD to me. It is the Tortoise. It is the Tortoise, and the Death Star is the Death Star, and it's 2 totally, completely different tanks. Fantastic tanks, amazing tanks. Tortoise, a lot of the times, I'm telling you, when I play the Tortoise, it's like it's too easy. It almost feels like you're cheating. You know, that's how good it is. That's how quick that reload speed is. That's how punchy the gun is, and that's how good the gun depression is. It's just that hatch, that damn hatch. Take it easy, guys. Please like the video. Adios, muchachos.